I had to come to the conclusion of. So, what's your take on? So, we'll just dive. Obviously, particularly favorite topic for me, and I've got my pen ready to make some notes. So I'm sure there's plenty I'm going to glean from this as well as the listeners. But what's your thoughts on the pain of things? Because when we attribute hiring, and I run the firm here, and hire obviously
Hmm.
both for our clients, or introduce people both for our clients, and obviously hire for the business here. There's quite a bit of emotion that goes into a hiring process. I attribute a lot to like dating. So that's
Sure.
it's easy for us, me and you, to sit here and go, yeah, you should. If you know you've just hired your chief exec, and if you know that they're not doing what you need to do within the first 2 months, and you just can them off.
Hmm.
Now, easy said than done. What's your take on that kind of emotional attachment, and that kind of people are we're dealing with people at the end of the day. It's not like a machine that doesn't
Sure.
work. We send it back. What's your take on that?
It's a great question. And I would agree that, snapping your fingers at the 1 to 2 month point is probably a bit premature. I think I would actually rewind the clock a bit and say, there is a reason you hired this exec. There's a set of results, OKRs, KPIs they need to hit, that you can know even prior to hiring the exec. That should be a central part of your process. That the initiation of your search should be getting crystal clear on what do we actually need to get done, and frankly, what are the signs and signals that we're on track. And what I would say is communicate that with the exec. If you want to make this like entire process, like set them up for success, give them the best chance possible, and also set the stage for a relatively objective and emotion-free transition out. Should we have to do that? Everybody wins if we have a conversation early on where we really do walk through and say, here's where we need to get. I think if you're talking about a chief exec example, I wouldn't get to the level of saying, here's where we need to get, and here's the exact formula for how to get there. At the end of the day, you're hiring a senior executive and you would like to empower them to find the means to get there. But at least letting them know this is where we are in terms of financial performance. And if there's some really critical subcut, the growth business is doing this, the legacy services business is doing this, and here's where we need it to get in sort of the timeframes we're looking at. What a gift to give to this new exec to set those kinds of expectations clearly. But I think it's honestly, it should be something that's a little bit deeper and say, here's what that looks like on the commercial side, the go-to-market side of the business. Here's what that may look like in terms of product or distribution, operations, services, whatever other elements of the business. Give them that lay of the land and inspire them to go after that in a manner that fits their skills and experiences. So it's
Okay.
clarity up front on what needs to get done. You'll often have an exec at the 1 or 2 month point who self-reports, we're off track. I know what's coming in the next board meeting, and I want to let you know early because we had so much transparency, and there's an opportunity to collaborate to right the ship as opposed to having it be a big mystery.